Would it be better if the state legislature and the federal government somehow turned socialist today and really made our lives better? Of course.
She is avowed Socialist City Council member Kshama Sawant, and despite the fact that on her website she claims that affordable housing is a right, this time she doesn't want apartments built in a particular spot in Seattle. Why? Because they will be built in the location of a theater that she really, really likes. I'm not making this up, as Christian Brisky reports for Reason Magazine. Socialist Seattle City Council member Kshama Sawant is now trying to block apartments being built in the city. Yes, this is the woman who claims that affordable housing is a right.
We're talking about brick and mortar construction. We're talking about actual housing. There is nothing more real as a solution for an affordable housing crisis.
The socialist, who last year worked to get zoning changed to allow for apartments to be built, is now opposed to apartments being built. This despite the fact that the company Ani, coming in from Canada, would build 442 units and contribute $5 million to the Seattle city government's Affordable Housing Fund. Now, why is she opposed to this? Because she just realized that the apartment complex that she changed zoning to allow to come into the city will be built at a location that is a legendary theater called the Showbox Theater. This is a theater that has welcomed the likes of Duke Ellington and Pearl Jam and other live performers, and it is legendary because of the little Leviathan power of zoning. For a long time, it was not zoned residential, so it was a popular theater for commercial purposes. Zoning has been used in the past to influence and manipulate the way the city grew.
I think the media is paying too much attention to a few very, very loud right-wing NIMBYists.
Now, the city's having problems finding affordable housing for people. And so they changed the zoning to allow for more housing to be built, and yet the socialist who says that affordable housing is a right doesn't want the housing built in that location.
Sort of location of the showbox being being facilitated by that solution. What the ordinance would do is extend the boundary of the Pike Place Market Historical District on an interim basis, which is possible to do more rapidly than a permanent boundary change.
It is amazing the way that socialists are like some sort of supernatural philosophical dog that chases their own tail. You see, they continually contradict themselves, where supposedly you have a right to housing.
Everybody who's watching this, I think, has been touched by the homelessness and affordable housing crisis.
And yet, not if they don't want you to have the housing over there.
Want to preserve the showbox just like 50 years ago, the Pike Place Market.
So the idea that you can tell people where they can do certain things or what they can do with their property is inimical to rights. You're not supposed to be telling people what can be put where, and now you're running into these problems because the city has continually done this. How do you get around it? How about let the market decide? Hey, perhaps there's a market incentive to keep the theater going. Perhaps there isn't. But we're never going to know unless politicians like you get your hands out of it. Hey, we all love live entertainment, don't we? I think. But we all love housing too. So maybe we should let people in the Seattle area decide for themselves what is most valuable where. And you can stop telling people how to run their lives. Just a kooky idea from somebody who likes both housing and entertainment.
What does it mean for it to not be a perfect solution? Would it be better if the state legislature and the federal government somehow turned socialist today and really made our lives better? Of course.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to tell people about our videos. And folks in Seattle, good luck. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.